Hey, it's Mike Bast with Pikes Dream Homes, and I know it's bad timing to take 2 Thursdays off, but I'm back. And if on the bright side, if you still want to sell a house or if you still want to buy a house, the housing market is still open. Because if you have stay-at-home orders, you kind of need a home to shelter in place at, right? So I wanted to share with you today the guidelines set forth by Pikes Peak Association of Realtors as far as showings are concerned, both from a seller's perspective and from a buyer's perspective. But before I get to that, let's go over the weekly market update. The stock market is still fluctuating, and I know you heard that the Fed cut interest rates to zero, but that doesn't exactly apply to mortgage rates. So because of the fluctuation in the stock market right now, we're going to say that VA interest rates are at 3.25%, FHAs are at 3.125%, and conventionals are at 3.372%. Now, don't forget, if you or someone you know is looking to become a first-time home buyer, don't forget to look into CHFA or Turnkey for down payment assistance. Now check this out. Business is still booming. We had 427 residential listings sell in the last 7 days. We had 280 new ones come onto the market. Now here's the number that I'm really paying attention to right now. Under contracts and pending this week are at 373. That is slightly down compared to what I was reporting the last 2 weeks of February and the first 2 weeks of March. Those numbers are up in the mid 400s. So we are showing a little bit of a downturn here right now, but again, we're still early in the whole coronavirus phase, right? All right. Good news is there were 0 pre-foreclosures filed down at the trustee's office, and there were 122 price reductions. Okay, so guidelines. Sellers first. Look, if you're going to put your house on the market, just be aware, right? You know that if you have showings, you're going to allow people from the public to come into your house and take a look at it, and you are taking a little bit of a risk during the coronavirus epidemic, right? If you're not worried about it, then go ahead, by all means, put your house on the market, and that's fine. But if you are a person that has any underlying health issues or someone you're related to that may be at risk, you may consider holding off before putting the house on the market or allowing virtual tours only. All right, number 2, if you can, have hand sanitizer set out with signs telling people that are coming into your house to look at to use the hand sanitizer. And don't be afraid to put up signs, let them know to use the hand sanitizer, or put up a sign that says, don't touch anything, right? I mean, from the words of my father, look with your eyes, not with your hands, especially during these times, right? All right, number 3, so we're going to have to readjust how we do showings. So we need to make rules. PPR says they don't want to see any overlapping showings right now. And on top of that, reduce the showing time. So normally a showing window would be an hour long. Right now they're looking at saying only having 15-minute showing windows, mainly because they just want to see people get in, get out, and make your decision. Number 4, this one was completely obvious. No open houses. We don't want the general public coming in to look. It's not essential right now, so no open houses. Do a virtual tour, make a slideshow, whatever. Just no open houses right now. And then number 5, this one actually I thought was very interesting. You hire a real estate agent to sell your house for you, but things aren't normal right now. So you may need to be prepared to do a FaceTime with a potential buyer, because maybe the buyer doesn't feel comfortable enough to come out and do showings, and they may ask for you to do a FaceTime with them to show them the house. All right, now, guidelines for buyers. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask 2 questions to my buyers. Do you really want to go see this house? And the second question is, are you absolutely sure you want to go see this house? Right? I mean, with current conditions, you got to be extra careful. The second thing, no carpooling. PPAR doesn't want to see anybody carpooling. The agents and the buyers, they prefer to see us caravanning. Number 3, have the agent open doors, closets, cabinets, whatever. The buyers, try not to touch anything if at all possible. And if at all possible, bring hand sanitizer with you and just, again, do your best not to touch anything. And then if you decide that you really like the house, I mean, I'm going to ask my buyers, can you see yourself being quarantined here? All right. So it's unprecedented times with the coronavirus, so just be prepared to do a lot of FaceTiming with people at this point, whether you're a buyer or a seller, and doing a lot of remote telecommuting or just a lot of phone calls, and not a whole lot of face-to-face right now. I know that we're still looking at April 11th for the shelter in place, and then homeschooling has been extended until April 30th. So those are the updates I have right now. If you have any questions about the housing market, feel free to give me a call or text 719-229-1481. Of course, you can always email me, mikebast@mikebast.com. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll talk to you next Thursday.